Aston Villa 1, Leeds United 0. Aston Villa pick up a massive 3 points against Leeds United and remain 1 point away from the top six place. Now, first of all, ignore the hair. I know you're watching, I can see you, you bloody mugs. Uh, but in terms of Villa 1, absolutely brilliant 3 points that was to gain from Ellen Road tonight. I know a lot of people going into this would have been thinking that would be goals galore, or perhaps some of us, like myself indeed, were perhaps the most positive considering our last outing against. Oh, I forgot. Leicester. Bought a really bloody good 3 points tonight. Obviously, Villa came out with a much refreshing team in the midfield. Obviously, bringing in Cameron and Ramsey made sense. Obviously, we've been crying out for Barkley to be dropped from the team, not really creatively bringing anything in the past few games since he's come back. I felt a little bit harsh on Louise because I thought Louise was doing all right, but then I've also been thinking to myself, creatively, is Louise offering as much, or perhaps could we see the likes of Nakamba come back in for his place? And obviously Dean Smith brought him in. And overall, I think it really did work. I thought Jacob Ramsey got really well stuck in tonight. Really nice defensive duties from him, and also making some good through balls to our wider players. And obviously, we got the goal very early on. I think Watkins was, for me, when I saw it, it looked like Watkins was going to make the pass to El Ghazi. You took that quick glance up at him, saw him. Admittedly, he did slip over, but he got in, and El Ghazi took it really well to get a goal back. That's going to boost his confidence, and hopefully, until Jack Grealish will obviously come back into the team, that hopefully means El Ghazi is going to be staying in. We're going to need him. We're going against Sheffield United because they're going to be putting up a fight against us. And obviously, considering their position in the place and they're playing Liverpool next, it's really ideal that if they do get that bad result, that we can capitalise on that and capture 3 points there so we stay in that top six. But apart from that, I thought it was a pretty lacklustre game, really. I felt the first half went by, didn't really do much afterwards. And the same again in the second half. I think it was pretty much all Leeds, really just trying to give a go to it. But I think we were stuck in the middle of the park. I just wish possession wise we were just keeping the ball a little bit more, because it just felt like sometimes we get the ball and we're just either passing it away without real aim or any driven plan in motion, or we just. You know what I mean? We're just not holding on to that ball enough so that we can make any chances. But I also thought the Leeds did really well closing down our players. And essentially not giving us the chance to create anything. In terms of man of the match, I'm going to go with Mings. I know a lot of people have been saying El Ghazi because of the goal. I thought, apart from the goal, El Ghazi really didn't do much else. Good work ethic, nice pace he was showing on the wide, trying to really win some balls and opportunities there. But I thought Mings was absolutely rock solid tonight. I thought defensively, he was probably the reason why we kept that clean sheet and obviously kept it at 1-0. Because Leeds just couldn't break past us. But I also thought in that sense, I thought Leeds' quality was absolutely really poor tonight. Really didn't see anything apart from Rafinha, who admittedly at first was having El Mohammadi in his pocket, but I thought El Mohammadi grew into the game was actually having a really good performance against him. And I thought overall, really defensively, was so strong, kept a really nice shape, really nice discipline. And overall, it was just really nice to see. It was a bit worried to see Martinez not taking kicks at the end, so perhaps he has picked up a knock. But as we know, that's going to be completely fine because we've got Heat and we've still got Jet Steer. And if he's going to have to miss out a game, at least it's going to be against Sheffield United, which isn't going to be the most disappointing result there. In terms of that midfield, I thought Nakamba did another bloody good job tonight. Defensively, he was really solid, providing that cover to that back line. But unfortunately, a few missed balls here and there, just really, as we said, not keeping a hold of that possession. I thought Jacob Ramsey, although he did do well, as I said, mentioning helping with the defensive duties and some nice through balls here and there. I also thought he didn't really have much of an impact, unfortunately. And I would have liked the substitute with him and Santon to happen a few minutes before, like 10, 15 minutes beforehand, because I think at that point we were getting really swamped about 60 minutes in, and I thought really a refreshingness in the midfield would perhaps liven us again and try and make some more chances going ahead, or but I suppose tactically Dean got it right tonight. I thought McGinn had a really much better performance as well. I thought he was really showing us again why we liked him in the first place. Getting his body into the way of defenders, trying to keep a hold of that ball and still making those runs. And I think because he's not got Barkley and he hasn't had to sit so deep in with Luis, I think he was really able to express himself a little bit more creatively and push forward through the pitch. So it's really nice to see from him. I just want a bit more of that, a bit more consistency. And front three, Watkins didn't really have anything to do tonight. Obviously, did serve El Ghazi, but really nothing to worry with. Hold up play was pretty good. Traore, I thought he was having a pretty decent game, to be fair. Nothing really wrong with him. And then obviously El Ghazi having a really good performance again. As Grealish goes out, he comes back and redevelops some consistency and really establish himself as that he can still perform to this team even when he is given these chances. But overall, just a really solid performance. So a really bloody big 3 points keeps us in that hunt for top six. And even top four, really, considering West Ham losing against Manchester City. So it makes us still in that chance of getting in that position. We just got to go on to our next two games with Sheffield on Wednesday, which I do believe, considering they are going to play Liverpool, and unless they do get something out of that, I do believe we're just going to turn over Sheffield, but it's going to be a bit of a fight. And then obviously we've got Wolves, which is going to be an interesting game there. But overall, I'm happy with that performance. Nothing really to complain tonight. I would have liked some more goals, obviously, but it's really nice to see us get a result. We don't need our star talisman tonight, and we can actually show that we are not really a one-man club, or that we probably are. We can perform without him. So yeah, that's my match reaction. That's Villa 1, Leeds United 0. Leave us in the comments down below what you thought. Without further ado, I've been there. Up the Villa with the pride of Villa. Come on, boys.